Hello there, people of Discord or YouTube people. Well, watching this after I make this public, after showing this to the Discord people first, because I kind of did a thing where I gave people to ask whatever questions they want in the span of 10 minutes, and now I have over 30 questions. This is gonna be fun. I decided to do this as a, well, the channel's close to reaching like 700 subs, so I thought, hell, or hell, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe we reached that by the time I finish editing this monster of a video. Like, I don't know. Good freaking lord, I wasn't expecting this. Words can't properly convey how grateful I am, honestly. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys, just thank you. You honestly make this a joy for me, and I'm grateful for that. Just thanks. Okay, enough ass-kissing. I really need to stop that. Let's get to the, probably longest Q&A I think I've ever done. So, let's start strong with a question from Soul the Baker. If you were stuck in a dungeon, would you rather be stuck with me or Megamoo? As long as there are freshly baked chocolate chip cookies and fresh cold milk, I will deal with both of you. Next up, we have... Would you rather, A, make every leech repent for what they did and become a better person, but that process will take over a year for each leech, or B, have them sent to jail in 1 week? There's a 35% chance of them repenting in jail. I'd prefer to watch them rot in jail with a slim chance of repenting rather than wait an entire year for them to repent. I want immediate punishment for them. Okay, shit, that was kind of dark. Okay. Next question. What is your most rage-inducing boss fight? And who is the character that you like but probably shouldn't? Well, let's see. The most rage-inducing boss fight I think I've had was against the freaking Nameless King from Dark Souls 3. Oh. Nope. Oh god. Hey. Let's play nice. Whoa. Whoa, god. Okay. Holy shit, that worked. Okay. No! Huh. Owie! Could you not? Holy shit! Huh. Owie! Okay. Oh god! Okay. Whew. Oh god. There we go. And people say this weapon is weak. Now, the second question. Guilty pleasure character, huh? It would have to probably be Leda from Casshern Sins. I can't help it. I like her. For those of you who've watched Casshern Sins, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, next up. Would you like to be taken home by Rena? I am not cute enough to be taken home, I assure you. But I'd certainly hang out with her in the junkyard treasure trove, though. That'd be awesome. Next question. What is the anime you haven't started yet, but you think you will really like? I think it would have to be Parasite. From what I've heard, it's really good, and I do look forward to watching it someday. Okay, next up. What deed you made that you still feel guilty of? I'd have to say the thing I still feel guilty of was the time I made my sister watch the last episode of Jim Henson's Dinosaur Show. She still hates me for it. For those of you who watched this show growing up, you know exactly what happened in the last episode. Ugh. Okay, next question. How the hell do I pronounce your name? Tuop? Toop? Toop? Nah. How much do you bench, bro? I don't really know. I mean, the heaviest weight I've managed to lift was, I think maybe 150 pounds or 200, I think. I don't know, I haven't really checked or tested myself, honestly. Next up, we have 2 questions I decided to go ahead and pair up. What is your biggest fear, and what is your second biggest fear? I think you guys already know the reason why I paired those up. Okay. My biggest fear would have to be, well, it might sound simplistic, but dying alone, I guess. No one to call a friend, no family to call on, just dying alone. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say about that. The second biggest fear? Drowning. Definitely drowning. I'm terrible at swimming. I'm better at, floating. What are you? I'm pretty sure I'm a human male. I don't know, I would have to research that. What traits do you like in a female/male appearance-wise? Probably not dead-looking. In all seriousness, I don't really judge by appearance because I haven't heard him to judge anyone's appearance. What is the most illegal thing you have ever done? I once stole a nail filer from a store when I was like 7. I remember it specifically because it was so oddly specific. Stealing a nail filer. So, shoplifting. If I figure out where that store was, or the clerk, if they're still alive, I will gladly pay them that entire $1 for that old nail filer. Who's the #1 guy you'd be gay for? Ryan Reynolds, simply for the prospect of dating Deadpool. Enough said. What size is your drawing pad? I think it's about 18 inches wide. It's really neat and I'm having fun trying to draw with it. I hope to finally get better at, making art pieces, and who knows, I might be able to fucking color for once. Ugh. What is your favorite animal? Only one species. Dogs. Definitely dogs. I freaking love dogs and puppies! Oh my god, puppies are so cute! Okay, I can calm down. What is your least favorite animal? Lions, because I'm still traumatized by that one scene from Jumanji. Ugh. Next up, we have a quadruple question that makes all the peeps thirsty as fuck. Favorite alcoholic drink, if any? Clearly Listerine. That shit makes my burps taste delicious. Do not drink Listerine or mouthwash, seriously. You'll get sick. The fuck you doing, bro? Favorite non-alcoholic drink? Definitely Arabica bean coffee with mocha creamer. Anytime I'm going through town to run some errands, I'll swing by this really nice coffee shop down, oh god, where's it, near a Goodwill store, to get myself a nice cup of freshly made coffee. It's also nice because you can actually see them make it in front of you, especially when they're grounding the coffee beans. It's always so cool watching them. Non-alcoholic cold drink. Definitely Sundrop. It's probably the only soda I drink that doesn't cause me any issues stomach-wise. Not to mention it takes me forever to find any stores that sell it. I swear, there's only like one store I know of that sells it. Not sponsored by any name brands, I swear. And least favorite non-alcoholic drink. I'd have to probably say peach tea. I mean, I love tea, don't get me wrong. I just don't like peach-flavored things. I'll drink it to try and make myself like it, but it never works. Okay, next up we have, what is the biggest lie you have ever told, and when was the most inappropriate time you farted? Well then. Okay, biggest lie I ever told was I do have friends, which was back in middle school, when I didn't really have any friends. I'd say the only reason I remember that lie was because the person I lied to beat the shit out of me because I was a pretty easy bullying target as a kid. Second question. I was standing over the casket of my great aunt. Enough said. What would you do if you were the opposite sex for a month? I'd probably freak out for the first couple days. My family would lose their minds, and I'm pretty sure the government would capture me and use me as a test subject for many chemical agents and weapons. I mean, yeah. Aren't I the most amazing, intelligent, and gorgeous person who you've ever met who you totally worship? Only answers beginning with Y are acceptable. Yet another simple question with a simple answer. Anyway, on to the next one. What is the story with the most tasteful fan service you ever experienced besides Fata Morgana? Well, in a previous Q&A I discussed Danganronpa too, but that would be a rehash, so I'll go with probably Spice and Wolf. You can consider any time that Holo was on screen as fan service, I guess. Also, without spoiling anything, it doesn't really show anything, which I think it was good, because I think it makes sense in the context of the show. Again, without spoiling anything, I think the show handled it really well. And now we have a question from a special guest. That's right, the Sorcerer of the Closets. Okay, here's something. What are your thoughts on other Let's Players who have played the games you've played? Well, I don't know. I just kind of enjoy, I mean, if it's a game that I played, I like watching other people's reactions and how they go over it. I just find it to be entertaining seeing how, like, there's different, like, you know, mentalities, how people perceive things differently from, obviously, me. I mean, because you're not going to find two people who have the exact same experience from a game. There's always going to be some minor differences. Like, obviously the YouTubers the Let's Players I'm currently watching right now are Newt, Crazy Fox, and even my favorite Let's Player currently of all time, Nico B. It's really entertaining watching someone experience something blind that I'm not blind to, you know? Which character that everyone else likes, super popular one, do you really dislike? Fuck, that's a tough one. Most of the characters I dislike are also characters that others dislike, so it's pretty hard for me to find a character that people like that I dislike. So I guess I'll probably have to go with Levi from Attack on Titan. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate him, but I don't like him as much as the fandom does. For people who have been on Tumblr, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know, I'm more of a Mikasa kind of guy. Would you rather turn left or right? Well, I'm left-handed, so I guess I'll stick with left. What makes a good villain? And closet or no closet? Oh, goody! Villains, my favorite subject. What I think makes a good villain is the one who has an understandable motivation, is also a three-dimensional character, and the viewer can understand and even sympathize with said villain. Maybe a villain who, I don't know, actually gives a shit about their minions or something like that. You want to know an example of a god-awful villain that was outright horrible as a character in his entirety? Oberon from Sword Art Online. I'm sure others will agree with me, and I'm sure others won't. Hell, I've lost friends because I said I didn't like Sword Art Online. Now, okay, I like villains that are complex and they have valuable reasons as to why they are the way they are. I do not like villains who are evil for the sake of being evil, or rather, I don't like them being overused. Some evil villains are okay every now and then, but when they are insufferably terrible as a character, they just become unbearable when they show up. As for closet or no closet, clearly closet. These are like storage areas for your clothes, dude. It's amazing. What is your most hated enemy in a game, and why?
And maybe all they needed was, I don't know, some good food, some bad laughs, some nice friends, some terrible people on the internet who likes making puns about me, who apparently wants to suck my goddamn blue bone because, for fucking sake, apparently a fucking skeleton is goddamn sexy.
Furniture or no furniture? Clearly furniture. It's like a pillow for your bum when your legs hurt. The fuck did I just say? Favorite live-action movie? Probably would have to be A Series of Unfortunate Events. I read the books a long time ago, and while the movie was I still enjoy watching it. Also, Jim Carrey is enjoyable in that film, honestly. Then again, there's hardly any films where he's not enjoyable. Except for 23. That movie made no sense. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? 42. Any anime, movies, games you want to see a remake of? Quite a bit, actually. So I'll go ahead and start off with anime. I'd like to see a remake of maybe the Devil Survivor 2 anime. Now, I mean, I played the game and its remake for the 3DS, so I was severely disappointed with how the anime turned out. I mean, it's good as a standalone, like if you're blind to the video game, it's a decent anime by itself. However, I think it was handled poorly whenever it was made. So, it's a lot of potential, but there was way too much that was left out. Also, it was 13 episodes. I mean, how the hell are you going to put an entire game into 13 episodes? Even Persona, with freaking Persona 4 Golden, it's got, like, Persona 4 the animation and Persona 4 Golden the animation, and it's still left out stuff in it. Ugh. Okay, a movie that I would like to see remade? Okay, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I would like to see them try to remake Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't think I need to explain why that movie was bad. It was insufferably bad and almost insulting to the core franchise and the fandom itself. However, if it is going to be remade, have fucking Akira Toriyama actually be involved, and don't do it as a stupid Hollywood cash grab. Actually make a damn movie that's for the goddamn fans. Then again, that won't make them enough money. It's always a fucking Hollywood effect and all that shit. I don't know. Third, let's see, a video game I'd like to see remade. Well, I talked about it earlier, but actually I talked about it twice now. A game that I would love to see being remade would have to be The Legacy of Kain: Soul Reaver. I know I did a kind of a nostalgic one-shot video of it, but it was like one of my favorite games growing up. I would love to see that game being remade. I would love just to see, like, the dark atmospheres, all of that. Just, it would be amazing. Or maybe I'm just too much of a fanboy. I don't know. If you could time travel to one time period, where would you go? I would probably go back to the time when the Salem witch trials took place. As long as there's no butterfly effect that affects the future, I'm gonna mess with those dumbasses who killed innocent people by being the most witch-like person there, with all my techno gadgets with moving pictures. I will literally make them lose their minds. Or get killed. Shit, I didn't think that through. Okay. Blech. Do you like retro games? If so, what's the one you like the most? Frickin' hell, I love retro games. Sometimes whenever I'm too bored with some of the newer games, I will immediately just go back to like the old Game Boy Color games, old like NES games and all that stuff. But the one game that I really like to go back and play every now and then is the old Donkey Kong Country games. I freaking loved playing that all the time growing up. Every time I would visit my grandparents, they would have like the NES and all that stuff. We would be playing that a lot. It would be me and my grandpa would take turns every time one of us died. It was fun. Do you sing in the shower? What would you sing in the shower? Probably Hellfire from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and yes, I do sing in the shower, I admit. What is your favorite letter, as in A through Z? Definitely the letter X. It's such a fucking confusing rule breaker. And finally, we reach our last question. Discord face reveal when? Well, let's see. I don't know. Still working on finding a good camera. As to when? Well, I'm still building up the courage to do so. Yeah. Anyway, fuck, this was longer than I was expecting it to be. And I hope you guys honestly enjoyed it. I honestly enjoyed myself doing this, and I'm pretty sure my throat is gonna punish me immensely. Nah, I'm just kidding. I talk more during a friggin' recording of, like, Danganronpa or stuff like that. This is fine. Although now I suddenly realize I need a lot of water. Fuck. Thank you guys very much for the questions. I hope you're enlightened. And thank you very much for watching and joining with me for this long. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.